Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? I know it's been quite a while since I've been here on YouTube Live, and I just wanted to start coming over in here again. And let me adjust my light here. I now have like all different kinds of lights and all different kinds of things going on. And let's see. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Let's dim it. Dim all the lights. Okay, that's better. A little, just a tad brighter. A tad brighter. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there's so much that has happened since the last time I was on here, and I don't even know where to start. But for one thing, I have dark hair now, and it's been a while since, like, the last time I did put a video in here, I had red hair. And, that was a big deal to go dark, but my hair is so much healthier since I've just been coloring it dark. And, back when I was doing the reds and different highlights and all that, it's multiple processes. It takes its toll on your hair. Now I'm doing just permanent color on my roots, and then demi-permanent. When I did the cover up, I did like a filler, and then just covered up the whole thing with the darker. But ever since then, I've just been doing like a demi-permanent on my ends, and my hair is getting longer and healthier again, and doesn't have that super fried look that often did. If like, it only, when I was doing the reds and all those highlights, it only looked great when I was if I had the time to flat iron it and put all my products in it, and it was quite an ordeal and quite a job. So the funny thing is that now, like, I can do my hair, and even if it's like a curly day, if I put stuff in it, it looks shinier, and I'd use my oils and do all the things I was doing before, but it's just getting longer and thicker, and it's just like healthier. I still miss the different colors. I still miss those things, but so anyway. One thing that changed, I'm now with Avon, and that's a whole other story. But the good news is that I'm here, and so I'm got a whole new line. I'm back with them after a long time of not being with them, so it's really cool because I do know a lot of they have lots of tried and true. Yes, a lot of people think of it. Oh, it's a grandmother brand, or it's a brand that's older, or it's a brand. But you know what? It's called New Avon, and that's how the company likes to rebrand itself. And the thing is that why should we be ageist? Why should we say, oh, that's if you're 22 years old, or you're 12, or you're 15, or you're 25, or you're 35, you'll be lucky to be a grandmother someday, okay? And you know what though? The grandmothers want to look good too, and there's enough products here with the Avon Beauty world and their whole product world that there is something for everyone. So, don't open up your mind. When you're young, you always are telling the older people, you need to open your mind and accept this, and this. But you know what? Sometimes young people kind of see aging and they get closed off to it, instead of saying, hey, maybe there's something to that. Maybe there's something to having affordable products. Maybe there's something to having products that are dependable and have stood the test of time, and that people have been buying over and over and over again, that really are favorites. They're favorites for a reason, so that's how I see it, and I think it's really, you can take a lot of the items, there are a lot of new on trend things, and then you can also take some of the classic stuff and make them trendy, just like we do with our clothes, so there's dogs always going to be barking if it's in one of my videos. That actually might be a box that's being delivered. I'm getting all kind of new things all the time, and it's so exciting to finally getting like new things and fun things. So this video today, I'm going to do mostly Avon, but I'm also going to be using, because I don't have all my palettes and all my bright colors, but I will be using a little bit of my Juvia's Place palette, which, everybody loves Juvia's Place. And Juvia's Place is another affordable thing, but, these colors are gorgeous too. And tonight I'll be, oh wow, that was weird. The light just flickered. That was weird. The light, and once again, I'm doing live here because I just prefer to go live. Whatever happens, happens. I don't need fancy editing. I don't need fancy, schmancy. It'll be nice at some point if I can figure out how to do all that, or somebody around me can help me with that. But you know what? to me, it's about the process. It's about the process, and yeah, for some reason that's fading out. Okay, so see if we can get this. There we go. Okay, so for me, it's just like let's get down to it. Let's get in the color. So foundation wise, I just I've got a sample of their Avon True Color Ideal Nude. This is their medium coverage foundation in natural beige. So that's just so you know, there are a few other shades that are lighter than this. I'm just gonna briefly go over the color scheme of their of that line, just so you know there's colors for everyone. I'm gonna link my put my link below, and so they come in a huge range of shades. And the natural, what did I just say it was? In natural beige. Okay, natural beige is actually in the middle. Okay, and they even have like a pink tone for some people who are pink tone, and they have things that are like more for yellow in the yellow family. So and then the darkers, don't be fooled by the shades here. They actually are much deeper than these. Okay, so there's what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and 17. So 17 shades in this line. So that's really pretty amazing. They also have, I'm going to be using the powder finish. And so it's called Avon True Color Flawless Cream to Powder Foundation, but I use it as like a powder, and I kind of go back and forth. I always like to literally lay down the foundation, lay down the foundation with cream, and I don't have the super light powder that I usually like to use. Let me see if I can get this light a little bit brighter. Whoops. Here, whoop. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh. Okay, whatever. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I don't have the super light powder that I usually like to use to do the brightening. I'm going to use a couple other things for some other brands there, and bear in mind that my skin is still recovering from a huge bad allergic reaction, which is getting better too. That's getting better. So the redness is finally going down, and a lot of the patchy areas are going down. I've been using the new night cream, one of the new night creams. I'll if you want more information, I can delve deep into that. I can do a whole video of what I've got so far and what I've been using. I'll do that kind of like in a skincare video. So anyway, just to get started here, one of the things I bought was these these pearls. These are really cool. These are the, well, I'm gonna hold it upside down. These are the True Color bronzing pearls. I don't want to fall. That'd be so mean to just take this and go let all these pearls go everywhere. But anyway, so yeah, these are the bronzing pearls, and this is called in bronze. So they have a couple different shades of these bronzing pearls. So I wanted to get these because I like my bronzer. So let's get to that. And I'm using, this is a brush by Luxie. I actually need to clean it. I need to clean my brushes big time. But anyway, and I'm just kind of going over it. And the thing about these pearls is a wide variety of bronzing shades. So I can't see who's on, but I'm glad you're on. And so I'm just doing that. And then this is one little trick I just started doing, just to have like a little bit of powder, to do powder contouring with the bronzer, and doing either side. I know it seemed pointless to cover up red, but it's weird because the thing about makeup is you've got your own face, whatever your own face looks like, and then you put makeup on, and what you're doing is you're covering up what your own face is, and then applying different lights and darks and different, it's like changing everything that you had before. You're just rearranging all those colors, and it seems kind of funny, but at the same time, it's amazing what we're able to do. So, you can hear those kids. There's kids in the hall. There's things going on in my neighborhood. And all kinds of stuff. Never dull moment. So tonight I'm a little more. Today I'm a little more dressed up. I'm actually wearing some Avon earrings that I bought. Like, actually, my husband bought me these a few years back. These were from when they had the Paula Abdul collection. When Paula Abdul, I think, was still on Idol, she had her own collection. There's a necklace that goes with this too, but I'm gonna actually put a scarf on. That's why I'm doing the blues and turquoises from Judy's place. So anyway, and there is a great palette with Avon that has some blues and turquoises, but I don't have that yet. So that's why I'm doing these. So I'm kind of like, mixing things up a little bit. So of course I can't get this back. Okay, there we go. All right, so put this back. So I got some new organizer trays to kind of keep myself together. I'm still in transition in my home with like so much that I'm working on, different things. I always have quite a few irons in the fire, as they say. All right, so now I'm gonna take this brush, which is a little fluffier, and I'm going to take, which is the powder, light medium powder. This is the like pressed powder, and it's so pretty with this compact with a mirror. It's always nice, and so that's pretty good value there for the price. And like, you can go on my website, which I'll link, and you can see how affordable these products are. So I'm just taking it and going down the center and just kind of going under my eye to kind of brighten. And like I said, I usually would do that with a shade lighter, but it's a slight difference than the foundation. So you could do this just by itself, or you could do this as you do it by itself as a foundation, or do it like this as a little bit of a finishing. Either way. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm gonna take the toffee, which I used yesterday on my Facebook Live. I'm gonna take this brush, which is a different brush of that, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Just a little more to add a little more depth. You could just use this by itself, but I kind of like those bronzing powders because they have those bronzing pearls, because they can add a little bit more depth. And okay, so let's get some eyebrows on here. I bought an eyebrow pencil as well as the eyebrow kit. And the eyebrow kit is really, really cute. It's got like this little mini brush and a dark brown. This is called deep brown. That's the name of the shade. They have 3 different ones of these. They have the one color and an eyebrow wax. So what I think I'm going to do is, and one of the first videos I did on my live, I did this by itself. Then I did the pencil, and I think this time, this time I'm going to do a little bit of both. So I'm going to get a headband here, get these bangs out of the way. And I'm going to use my own brush here, an angled brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the main line, the first line, the lower line of the brows with this deep brown here. And just kind of feather it slightly into my own brows. Now, my own brows used to be, of course, way back. They were super thick, super, really full. And then when the 90s, early 2000s came with the heavy tweezing and all that, and then the full look started to come back in. But by that point, between the over tweezing, I almost said teasing, between the over teasing, tweezing. The over tweezing, And then medications and stress and aging, they did not grow back back to the way they were back in the day. If anything, they grow in weird directions. They grow stick straight out. They grow like I can't even tell you how weird they grow now. Okay, so all right, now I'm taking so then I was just cutting the loose ones and then having to draw them on. Now I know a lot of people are into that that what am I'm thinking dermaplane, but that's not the right term. But the thing with their where they go to the salons and they're getting it's almost like a demi-permanent tattoo, but it's a henna tattoo and that fades off. So people are paying $200 and $300. They're paying $200 and $300 for something that's just gonna and they're like, oh my god, I have to go back. Yeah, because they're even regular tattoos, you still have to. So I'm filling it in with the ultimate brow liner. Is that what it is? Yeah, ultra luxury brow liner in dark brown. So I'm doing that. So that way I've got that super dark base with the medium brown or this kind of it's a dark brown, but it's not as. So this is kind of it's almost as you can see, it's almost like a smoky gray-ish brown, if you can understand that dark brown, and this is a warmer, so that helps make it look a little bit more like it grew out of this head, as opposed to just that super dark brow look. So it's another way to do brows, because I mean, there's some days you'll see me, I'm in a hurry, I'll just take jet black eyeliner pencil in here, I'll do whatever, but, just to show a little bit more in depth with the brows. Okay, so anyway, so then serums, these lash serums that you can also put on your brows. So with that, it's they've grown and they've gotten better, and this tail has still taken a very this one's almost filled in almost all the way a year later. But the thing is this tail has never completely come in. But I kind of slacked off with how regular I was using the serum. So I'm actually going to buy one of the things I'm going to get, with my Avon discount is be able to, get try the Avon's one out. Now the Avon's one comes with it's a little paintbrush almost that you would paint on your lashes, but that actually kind of might be more effective on the brows. I think what I'm going to do for to use it on my lashes. See, I've got all these spoolies that you can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them at Sally Beauty. I think what I'm going to do is when I get that serum, I'm going to dip that in with this, with the with disposable ones. You take one, dip it in, apply it on my lashes with this, and then use the brush in that it comes with to paint on my brows, because that'll be better application for my brows. So so there's you can get a little bit more in depth there. So that's what I'm gonna do. You know me. I find creative ways of doing things to get results. And I already took my before photo yesterday of my thighs and my arm. Okay, that's weird even seeing it in my own phone. Let's talk about a real moment when you do that. So I could be my own test subject for the tightening cream and the smoothing of thing for the cellulite, just to see, and of course, exercise helps, drinking a lot of water helps, avoiding salt helps, avoiding alcohol helps, avoiding all that stuff, and they have wellness, so I'm also gonna get the wellness shakes. So like I said, it's not just your grandmother's Avon. There's so much more to it, and don't judge. You spend more time with your grandma. This is the biggest thing I see with every generation. We need to spend more time with our parents, listening to our parents, talking and spending time with our grandparents. What music did they listen to? Did they have struggles? Did they have go through stuff? A lot of times we sugarcoat and think, oh, that all was so perfect. It wasn't always perfect. And learn from them. Learn from them, because there's something to be said for what things that they did. And so anyway, there's that. Some of the music they listened to, they may have had their heartbreaks. They may have had things. Don't discount people. I'm a victim of ageism myself. And that's why the best thing is, no matter what age, as long as you're, over 18, you can get into Avon and start bringing an extra source of income into your home. So if you're in school, or if you're retiring, or you're, what, single mom, or, stay at home mom, whatever, you can do it. So, and as much as a lot of people are like, get on people's case about selling things and network marketing and people hitting them up and all this, but and I just saw another thing where somebody said, oh, somebody, I was traumatized and triggered because somebody was trying to sell me something online. I'm putting a little bit of eye primer on, and I'm like, you know what, keep in mind, the person who is so traumatized by somebody that's trying to sell something to them, they need to put themselves in the person's shoes of the person that's the salesperson. Okay, maybe that person has gone a lot of routes and applied for a lot of jobs, and or needs to be at home, and for whatever reason they haven't been able to get what they wanted to get, and this is helping them pay their bills. And you could just politely say, just like if someone had come to your door, oh, no thanks, not, no thanks this time, but I see that, I understand that you're, or sometimes they're a student and they're trying to earn some extra money for school, expenses. There's a million reasons why people do things, home-based businesses. And so I couldn't believe this article, because obviously, because I've always been on the side of, if you go get your hair done, somebody's going to suggest a shampoo for you. If you go to the dentist's office, they're going to suggest, hey, if you want to get, you really like teeth whitening, we have a special teeth whitening thing. Everybody's always, you go to the doctor's office, they're going to say, well, we have this prescription, but this other thing. Somebody's always trying to sell you something. You turn on the TV, YouTube, all of these things are all like, it's all one big commercial anyway. But so I don't understand why they were so triggered by their friend. You would be like, you want to help your friend, help pay their bills. And so they were like, oh, they just didn't want to talk to me because they really weren't trying to talk to me because they wanted to sell me something. And sometimes it's a combination of both. Sometimes, yes, they're reaching out because they're going by they think who will support them first. And so we have to, so I think there's another flip thing where people freak out about salespeople, their friend being a salesperson. It's like, well, you have to put yourself in their shoes. They maybe have reasons to be at home and to work from home. They may have a hidden health issue that's helping, that's keeping them home, and they can't work full time, or they may have may have something. So anyway, I just always like to put that out there. Be kind. We always say we want people to be more empathetic, but then when it's like, oh, that person sent me that message, but you have to put themselves, sometimes I'll say, you know what, I appreciate your offer, because sometimes they're selling me things that I'm not interested in, but I'm like, I appreciate your offer, but, I am representing of a company too, and, here's where your approach might be better, here's where your approach could use some help. And I always try to be helpful, but, sometimes, so of course especially with somebody you don't know, and they're hitting up, and you feel like saying, I don't know you from a hole in the wall, but there's ways of doing things that are much better. So, but we have to be more kind and understanding and to see where those our friends are coming from if they are hitting us up for something, like that, because you have to think where, wow, maybe they've lost, sometimes people have been through some really intense circumstances, and this is their way. And I truly believe that network marketing, working from home, working from anywhere, is a great way to change your life. It brings in an extra source of income, and you can work when you want. Your online store is open 24/7. I could go on and on about it. So okay, now let's do some lips here. Wild berry, wild berry, wild berry. Wild berry keeps on moving, rolling. We're gonna roll right along here. So a lot of I've dealt with both sides. I've had people judge me for my age. I've had people judge me for my being a salesperson. I've had, but you know, if you're cutting people's lawns in your neighborhood, you have to go and knock on their door and you have to say, "Hi, can I cut your lawn?" You know, when you're 12 years old, "Hey, can I babysit your kids?" Or, "Hey, I'm selling Girl Scout cookies." That's actually teaching people to sell themselves, you know. You got a product, you see a service, the need, and you know our country was founded on people doing things like that. Every doctor has to put coupons to open up their practice. They'll have to put things in their sometimes in your community flyers and things. So you know. So, we have to open our hearts to salespeople. All right, Adoring Love. I put my own label on this. This is from the matte collection, the matte lipstick collection, and then there's other people who are like doing a secret side hustle. There's a lot of, you'd be surprised how many people have side hustles. They may have a regular full-time job and they have side hustles. They're doing stuff. I heard about this. I've heard about some of the people flipping and doing, and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. And also, to good, you know, good for them, you know. But it's pretty wild. Okay, so let's say I have done smoky eye and with some of these, and what else have I done? And where I did the light on the lid, light here, and then the medium shade, the transition shade with the pearls, and the deep V, and then what else have I done? And then I did the full dark smoky yesterday with the pearls. And if you want to catch up on that, those are things I tried to post on here, but YouTube will only let me post a video from my phone itself. I should have saved it to my phone, but I didn't. But you can only upload a link from your phone itself, or just do a live here. So you know they're kind of weird about links from other sources. But you know the good news is this. Some of the other places, now this is one of the glimmer sticks. Look at this. Look at this. Some of the other places, like next door, I'm on next door in my local neighborhood next door, and I'm on let me post them. And so look at this. This is, just to get the color right here, black is black. Black is black. So I'm doing a little bit of a cat eye. Woo! I'm just going right in there. I'm doing this because I'm doing, and I just, what I do is I do a thick line here, and then I go a little thinner in that way. So, you know, I think that, getting back to what we're talking about, in one phase or another in our lives, we are selling. We don't realize it unless we're a hermit. You don't realize it. When you go to an interview, you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself to say, I'm going to do the best job possible. When you are on the job every day, you are selling your skills, you're showing your skills, you're doing, you know, you don't realize it, but you know, every time you say hi to the boss, you're saying that, you know, you're promoting yourself and who you are. So, you know, we have to look at that, you know, that dynamic of sales. Now, I'm taking the sky blue, I'm doing a double liner here. I'm taking sky blue and I'm winging that out. And let's look at how cool this is. Very little 60s retro here. A little fun. On top of that, now I'm not really the best. I'm seeing all these people do these amazing wings where they have this line and that line and this and that. And, you know, I might not be the best, but I'm practicing. That's what it's all about. Okay, these are really creamy pencils too, by the way. Now I'm going to take the medium deep powder that I have here, and a little bit of a swirly brush, and I'm making that be the neutral. Yes, I am. Okay, and what I need to do is add a little bit more light color in that hollow there. Okay. How pretty is that? Okay, now I'm going to go over that a little bit more so that can be a little, in case the intensity. Okay. And, okay, I'm just doing the whole eye just to, all right, so then I'm going to do, this is called ombre. It's just like, they have singles, they have eyeshadow singles, kind of like a single. Remember singles? When they were cassette singles? Single. What's a single? Oh, somebody said, oh, I got we could just buy that one song on back in the day. And I'll never forget, one of my friends was like, I said, oh, look, I got the, they were like, do you have that? Do you have that record? And I was like, well, I got the single. And they were like, what's a single? There we go. Just a little white here. And then I'm going to add just a touch right there. I think I'm going to wet that down. I've got my setting spray here. I don't have the Avon setting spray yet. So, little by little, it takes a while, and I don't want to I don't want to spend all my profits right away. So the creative thing is to see what I'm able to do with these few products over and over again, I'm doing kind of like a subtle cut crease. I'm not doing the cut crease with a concealer, but I'm just doing a little bit there, because I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be on camera tonight, camera ready. I want to be camera ready. So we will see how this stays. But that's kind of a fun look. And fun. All right, so now I'm going to come back over when we find that black pencil that I had a minute ago. The black. So anyway, yeah. So that's something people have to reevaluate how we think about sales. And they wanted to sell me something. Yeah, this is how we pay our rent. You buy cars where somebody is selling you something. You there are a whole, you decide which college you want to go to. It's because you're deciding which one gives you the best pitch which shows you what your needs are. You're paying for that. You're paying for something all the time, and so we got to think about that. All right, so I'm just going to go over that line a little bit because obviously the powder. There we go. A little fun. Once I have my bangs down, it'll be very kind of 60s retro, kind of that girl. Marlo Thomas, which I think is a fun look. Okay, so I just do a little bit. I do a little thin, and then I get wider as I go out into the angle. I went a little too far there, but it's okay. I can always add a little more over here. Okay. And don't put is always my harder side. This side, of course, my right side. So don't be afraid to take your Q-tips and to clean it up. And then if you don't want it to wing out, but that's the easiest way to get it. And then you can just clean it up. And when you work in the beauty industry, you can write off Q-tips as on your taxes as a business expense. So I'm taking this. It's called Sky Blue, and this is one of our pencils. I think this is only $1.99 right now. The glimmer sticks are $2.99. Yeah, $2.99. Gorgeous pencils. Gorgeous. Fabulous. We also have clothes. Oh my gosh, clothes. There's some shoes. There'll be some candles. One-stop shopping. It's like a mini mall in one of these campaign books. Avon is like a mini mall. Who needs to go to the mini mall? Although I still love malls. I'm a person. I like to feel things. When I shop. But I always had amazing luck with the Avon clothes. When I sold it before, really good, true to size. Things wash very well. And just good value all around. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need a little skirt. Sometimes you have a job interview, you need that little pencil skirt, or you need that little outfit, or you need that little thing. You need that little thing to just throw on, and you're like, oh, a pretty little scarf. This was from when I sold Avon in the past. One of the times when I sold Avon in the past, the scarf, and I'm going to wear that tonight and represent. So yeah. So. Okay, going back to this little bit of this one. This shade is called Medium Deep. So it's in the medium family, but it's a little deeper. But you could also do this with a light brown. And then I'm going to take go back to my fan brush again. I'm going to do a little bit of light here with this light powder. It's amazing what you can do when you know where to place things. Tools. I'm going to do a little highlight here. Okay. Now I'm going to take this Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place. Because I always like to do a little bit of just show. And I'm going to take this turquoise right here. So pretty. And I'm going to go over where this line was. Just for fun with a little liner. Now you could do this with a deep color. I mean, it's more about the technique. Now, here's a tip. I never go right into the center of a color. I always go to the edge if I'm going to do wet to dry, so that way the integrity of the shadow won't be. So that sky blue line just gave me that little, kind of like a base. And we get that little pop. Get that little pop there. Very Jeannie. Jeannie and Jeannie's sister. Remember when Jeannie had a sister that had dark hair? The mean one, but it was the same actress, and her outfit was turquoise. I've been blonde, and wore I never had the body to wear the pink Jeannie outfit, but I always liked that. And then the sister had the blue, so that's what this is giving me right now. It's giving me Jeannie's sister's vibe, but she was always up to no good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I think I'm going to just do a little bit more. Oh, you have fun. You gotta have some fun, you know? You gotta have some fun. I'll put a little bit more of the white right there. A little more of the white right there. Now, if you want to add a little bit of shimmer without having to add gloss, like this, this Adoring Rose is a matte. And if you want to keep the integrity and not be super shiny, but if you want to add a little bit more ombre or a little more depth, you can just dip, and this is what I'm doing. I'm dipping my finger into, so that way you have a little bit more, and you take another finger. You don't dip it after you've been touching your lips, because then you'll put pink in your shadow. So then you rub them together. That way they still stay dry. Let's see. Now, if I'd had a lighter color, I would have done that. But like I said, I'm being very creative right now by doing showing different looks with all these, these few shades, these few shadows. Let me tell you. It's challenging. It's challenging. It's like the one, taking the white and putting that on. You know, you can always do a little bit more. Yeah, see? And if you want to add gloss, you can still add gloss too. You still add gloss. Add some gloss. But, you know, I like the challenge of the creativity. Now, they always come with a little applicator. You know, you can use that too. I prefer brushes now that I've moved up to brushes. But, you know, this is good in a pinch. You know, how many times are you traveling and you don't want to pack all your brushes? And, you know, hey, do it old school, you know? Do it. Like I said, sometimes old school is the right school to go to. All right, now, where is my, okay, I'm going to take my light. Where's my light? Light medium again. Going back, just go over my face a little bit more. just to help block shine, but you can see it's kind of help as a finishing. All right, I haven't even done mascara yet, but I want to get that out of the way before I get doing mascara. Okay, so I have two of our mascaras, two of the Avon mascaras, and I have a lot of fun with these. One thing, they're very opposite. No, Avon has so many mascaras, okay? Let me just show you the variety of mascaras. It's unbelievable, the variety of mascaras. It is cray-cray. It is so cray-cray. Okay, so look at all the difference in the brushes. I've got this one right here, which is the Big and Daring, and I've got the Love one. But they're always bringing out some new mascaras, and then sometimes there's some in the outlet and in the sales and stuff that they might be phasing out because they're always bringing something new. But they have such a huge variety of brushes, okay? See how this one has, you've got that, but you've got where it's wider here and wider here, and then you've got that, so that way you can actually have like a super kind of a curl. Each one, I like this because I feel like this fits my eye better, but everybody's different. Some people like the bristles, some people like the plastic, some people like the separation of the plastic. So I bought a couple of them, and total opposites for different reasons. This one, the Big and Daring, has the super sized brush. Look at that, super fluffy, and you can do different things with that. And then the Love, what is it? Love at First Lash. It's more of, this is a plastic brush with the plastic bristles, and it's totally straight. So, some people like the look of the softness, soft lash, like very natural kind of look, where and see, I wiggle wiggle the wand. That's helpful in like getting it on, spreading it around. But I tend to like, what I've been doing the last couple of days is putting on the Big and Daring, and then doing a lash separate, because this really pumps it up. But it does have a tendency to, you have to neaten a little bit sometimes with a little Q-tip. Okay, so there does tend to be a little bit of transfer you have to be aware of, but I'm just going to look in this mirror because it's going to freak me out. Okay, so I'm able to really get some great curl, really great lash curl. And what I'm doing is I'm leaning the brush into my lashes and then flicking up. Now, I did not set my brows with wax because I feel like sometimes it can make them look a little more wet, but that brow kit does have the brow wax. So if you want to set your brows with that, I forgot to say earlier. So there we go. Hoo hoo hoo. Okay, and then what I like about this is that only if you take the curvy end and lean it into your lashes do you get a good pop, but then if you turn it sideways, and you turn it sideways so that the curvy, okay, so if you turn it that way when you're lifting, and then turn it sideways, and that helps actually get more of a curl to the lashes too, okay? So there's all kinds of little tricks. Now on my Facebook page, I've been running a contest, a Mother's Day contest, where people can nominate a deserving mom for a makeover, and they'll get a designer outfit of a local fashion designer, and I'll give them a makeover for Mother's Day, and we'll do a reveal. Okay, so I haven't had that many people. Now, part of it is they have to be able to either to travel to the DC area. I'm not putting anybody up, but so they have to find a place to stay, if they can stay with friends or Airbnb or a hotel or something. But so I've had a few local people step up and say, I think people are just shy to post. I don't know why. At least a lot of people I know, many of them are just shy to say, hey, I want to nominate my mom. You can be 50 years old and nominating your mom who's 80. It doesn't have to be a young person. You can be 18 nominating your mom who's 50, whatever age, if you're 12 years old and watching this, your mom's 36, or if you're, if you're 50 and your mom's 86, and, every mom deserves a makeover in one way. So, but anyway, so we are running that contest, and tonight I'm going to be interviewing Reggie. Hopefully we will save the video. We can post it here, but if not, you go to my Marilyn. I've got here in my About section, I have the link to my Facebook page, but look for Marilyn Opitz to friend me there or watch me, because my page is public. But so if you want to do that, but look at that power lash. Okay, that is a power lash. This is so amazing. Okay, and then to going over it with this second one, the Love at First Lash helps separating it. Really does separate it and get it so that it kind of opens those pieces out. The first one, the Big and Daring, helps curl, and then this one helps separate. So, fun. So it really does give these two together, I'm creating almost like a false lash look. I just got to clean this up right here. Okay, a lot of it just is how my eye is shaped. But, and one thing I always like to do, I go to the side. I just got a little right there. If I go to the side, let's see. When you look at yourself from the side, and you can see, wow, look at all those, look at that lash power right there. That's a powerful lash. That's powerful. I think I'm going to just do a little bit more right there. A little bit. But it's almost like the more you do, the lash challenge, I think I took it too far. I took it a tad too far right there. All right, so now I'm taking my comb. Can't even find. There we go. Perfect. Okay. You know me, I always take it too far. And when they came up with the word extra, they had my picture on it. Look up the word extra on Google, and my picture's there. Okay. Here we go. I just realized I gotta see I missed the new Project Runway this week. They put it back on Bravo, and with Christian Siriano as a judge. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. I mean, because I can remember when he won that like yesterday, and that was fantastic. And that was, what, 12 years ago, because I was dating my husband. And we watched that together. And even my husband, who usually doesn't even affected by those kinds of shows, he teared up. He got emotional. And my husband is not very outward with his emotions. He's that strong, silent type. And I'm usually the louder, crazier one. See, look at this. Look at that. I like long nails and long lashes. And I go back and forth. This is why I need new mascara every month. But look at this. You can check online. The book, I have the Campaign 9 and Campaign 10. I thought when I joined I was actually in Campaign 8, so I ordered the 9 and 10 books. And what I really was, I joined in 7, so I should have ordered the 8 books, so they didn't come when I had my initial kit. So I don't know the current prices right now, but I'm getting my new books, but they are on my website. So, but I can tell you both of these are very, very affordable. And you can get like the super pow lash look for, 2 of these. At, under 15, under 20, I'd say. Maybe even less. And also, if you've never ordered with me before, you put welcome, the word welcome, in capital letters with with 10, welcome 10 at checkout. Get you an extra 10% off for your first time ordering from my website. Then also, we've got, see, the only thing about headbands is they always bump the bangs up a little bit more, but that's okay. Um, Yeah, it's like Liz Taylor in the 60s kind of look here. And so if you welcome 10 at checkout, get you 10% off your first order, as well as what was I gonna say? Oh, right now, if you spend $50 on my website for the rest of the month of March, you will get if you want to spend another $50 in April, you will get a $10 off coupon code at checkout for use in April. As well as we also have a referral program. If you refer your friends, refer a friend to my site, then you'll also get 10. You refer them to, and they make a purchase. Then you'll also get a 10. You can also register to refer this. Do a refer a friend. Then you'll get 10% off, and so they'll get 10% off for their first order, and then you'll get 10% off for referring somebody. So I really like these incentives. These things. It's not just incentives for me, the representative of the company, but it's wonderful to give back to you, the customers, for being here for me, supporting me, helping me, encouraging me, following me. I like to be able to do that, and it's through the website. It's not me having to do a million jump through a million hoops, but I actually have some people who have already requested books. I have one friend who said, "Oh, give me some books." I've got some friends who only like to pay cash for things. I can take their orders, and take their money and put in their order when I put in my order through your website. I mean, amazing people like that, that really want to like help me out, and especially when they know they're people who want to buy Avon, and then also, people who always said, send me a sample of the serum. I saw you had the same. I do. I have lots of samples. I've had people, put in requests. The amount of people who are really excited about me doing this has just been overwhelming, and I'm just so amazed and grateful. And so there's a lot of things when I get the concealer. There's a lot of little things that if I were doing like a full on, all the little, like, I'm just gonna go over here a little bit here with my my little sample thing and a brush. Lots of little things that I would do clean up a little bit more and do a little, even more of a pro job. But with just a few things, a few flicks of the makeup brushes, you can really pull it together and do like a really fun kind of retro. This is like a fun retro high fashion look, and and very affordable. You don't have to spend, all your whole paycheck, for makeup. And we also have sets where you can buy them in a set, where you can get like there's one that's all for brows, and there's one that's for smoky eyes, and there's one for all faces and bronzers, and just fabulous combos. So message me if you're interested in that too. So I appreciate you watching me and hanging out. And what do you think? Let me know what you think of this look. I think it's really pretty great. It's pretty fun. Lots of shimmer, lots of fun look for spring. Nice transition for spring look, especially when you're wearing blues. Especially when you're wearing blues. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.